Story 1. At least for me, there were several phases. For my last girlfriend, she started as the cute girl in the corner I asked out for coffee. Then, after a few dates and finding our personalities meshed, she became gorgeous. Then, when we were in the throes of that passion where you can't see each other enough or make enough love, she became a goddess. After all of that simmered down, she became simply a person, a partner, and best friend. And while I recognized there were plenty of other beautiful women out there, they weren't like her, and there was no one else I wanted to be with emotionally, mentally, and physically. Story 2. Short answer, a lot. Long answer, currently dating a girl I knew for about 4 months before we started dating. We were always close friends, but until a week or so before I asked her out, I never thought of her that way. One day I realized what she meant to me, thought that I might as well ask her out, and she said yes. Since then, I have realized she is the most beautiful woman in the world and cherish every moment with her. Story 3. I first met the woman of my dreams when she was 12. She and I existed as friends until my senior year when we dated a bit. We still went out as friends the next year, nothing serious. I made some horrendous mistakes, got into some serious trouble, and then left. 2 years later, having had an eye-opening moment, I left and ended up in California. While there, she found a number for me, and we began talking again. Nearly a year goes by, and I needed to leave my current situation. I felt that I should be closer to her, geographically speaking. So again, I packed up and left my past behind. She was the one who met me at the airport, and she honestly took my breath away when I first saw her. From that time on, we were together nearly every day. 3 months in, we're engaged. 18 months later, we're married. 21 years, 5 kids. And she is the most beautiful woman I am privileged to ever wake up beside. She may never be anyone else's 10, but she will always be my 12. And she becomes more beautiful by the day. Story 4. This one goes both ways. I dated one girl for almost 2 years, and we were in love. The first time I saw her, I thought she was pretty, but that was it. She is an amazing person, and after I fell for her, I could literally only see her for the things that made her beautiful. I honestly could not even pick out things that may have been flaws to other people. On the other hand, I met another girl who at first I thought was objectively incredibly attractive, like top of the charts gorgeous and sexy. I have gotten to know her for 2 years now because we have a lot of mutual friends, and our work lives cross paths frequently. She is honestly one of the worst, most self-centered, narcissistic people that I have ever met, and she has an awful personality coupled with zero sense of humor. One of the worst people I have ever met. She is honestly a 0 out of 10 now. Even the thought of her grosses me out. Story 5. When I do not have feelings for a girl, I almost never feel physically attracted to her. I can appreciate beauty or charm or cuteness, but I do not feel attraction. When I do have feelings for someone, I will feel very attracted to them, not only physically, but physical attraction will appear at that stage. Story 6. There's that cliché, getting lost in your eyes. Well, it actually happened. Granted, I fell for her immediately, way before this happened, but ever since, I couldn't take my eyes off her. She was stunning and radiant. One day we were getting a boba tea, and she was talking to me. I actually couldn't focus on what she was saying because her eyes were so enthralling. I think I looked dumb. I missed everything she said. Story 7. I've been dating my girlfriend for almost a year and a half now, and she is beautiful. But I've noticed that when you first start dating someone, you're attracted to their overall appearance. As I kept dating her and falling deeper in love, I began falling in love with each individual part of her. The way her eyes crinkle when she smiles, her nose, which is just a bit too wide for her face but makes her even cuter. The way her collarbones look when the light hits them right. The genuine warmth that radiates off of her when she's in a good mood. And the fact that she has an amazing personality makes me comfortable around her too, which is the most attractive part. It's the difference between a beautiful painting and an absolute masterpiece. It's in the detail, and you don't see it as that unless you look closely. Story 8. When I met my wife, she was a fitness professional back in the 1980s and totally attractive, like Jamie Lee Curtis in But Floss attractive. But I thought she was as dumb as a brick. No attraction at first. However, because of the social group I had joined, I was around her more and more. Then one day, she said something unbelievably insightful, even cutting. My head snapped over at that point like, who is that? And something changed. That was when I understood she was playing the dumb blonde, but she wasn't one. She was playing one because it always worked for her. So the next time we were somewhat alone, I asked her opinion on a complicated legal question we were dealing with at the time. Her answer blew me away, totally insightful and completely accurate, like she had been working the case. I was so attracted to her at that moment, I can't describe it. I asked her out. Things got exciting. Things got awesome. Other engagements broken, total scandal. Now married for 38 years with 2 kids in college. And yes, she is still that attractive. Story 9. I'm with the people who say it's the other way around, at least for me. My current girlfriend was a friend for years beforehand. I probably even go so far as to make the like a sister comment. One day she decided to dye her hair, and it was like, was she always this good looking? Then it sort of branched out from there. Even though we were so close and told each other practically everything, I hadn't developed feelings because I hadn't really thought of her in a physical context. But that started a cascade. I never realized how pretty she was. Wait, do I like her? We do get along really well, so I guess dating her wouldn't be too bad. Since when did her body become so attractive? Now I'm sexually attracted to her too. I'm just lucky she also liked me. Story 10. Upon first meeting, she is pretty cool. I would not really look twice at her if I walked past her on the street though, after hooking up a couple of times. Yes, she is pretty and has a pretty amazing body. After developing feelings, wow, she is the most beautiful person I have ever met. Story 11. I wasn't attracted to her at all. I actually thought that her looks and personality were both not for me. I started very slowly to change my view, then suddenly, overnight, realized that the woman she really is underneath it all is amazing. Suddenly, she was hotter than anything, and now I adore her. Such is life. Story 12. There was a girl who I initially was not attracted to at all and thought she looked average. Then I got to know she was similar to me in many ways and I fell for her. For years, I considered her the most beautiful woman ever in existence. Things happened, and fast forward a couple of years, I moved on and I think she is quite average looking again. Story 13. Talked to a girl that I didn't think was super cute. We kept talking and making jokes, we clicked, and I fell in love with everything about her. She's so cute. I can't believe it. And we've only been dating for about 3 weeks so far. Story 14. She will become the hottest woman in the world. That's how it works. Psychology actually suggests that losing physical attraction to your mate isn't due to you getting bored of her body, but rather the loss of romantic affection, assuming they haven't changed their appearance. Story 15. I remember before I started dating my boyfriend, thinking that he looked pretty normal. I thought he was super cool and physically better than average, but just that. Nowadays, my memories of thinking that way are super confusing, because my boyfriend is clearly the hottest man on earth. By far. Nothing can compete. How could I be so wrong? Story 16. I'm pretty shallow. I won't exclusively date someone unless they are a complete smoke show. Until I met her, I was on a date with another woman, and she was at the bar, clearly intoxicated. I walked in, and she started yelling at me from across the bar. Hey, you're hot. She interjected herself into our date. The night ended. I spent the next 2 days trying to find her. I finally did on Tinder and sent a super like. She accepted and we started talking. It would be almost a year before we officially started dating. She is too skinny. Her ears are lopsided. Her teeth are crooked. Her hair is a mess. But I find her to be absolutely the most beautiful woman I've ever met. She makes my heart sing when she's near me. I've never been more proud to have someone at my side as I am with her. She is gorgeous, and some mornings when I am up before her, I find myself losing time, staring at her form. She is no longer mine, and it hurts. But I'd never trade 1 second of what we had. I was never truly in love before her. Story 17. Oh man. Many times in my life I've felt a girl was cute, Not amazing, fairly ordinary. And then I talk with them and they smile and laugh and they are interesting and smart and suddenly they are gorgeous. Story 18. She was always beautiful. Before I even talked to her, I thought she could warm the world with her smile. After we got together, she became even more beautiful. Every little thing she did became extremely adorable and endearing. Story 19. When I met her, I thought she was pretty, even a bit weird. After knowing her a lot more, she became the most beautiful person. Her voice, her laugh, the way she acts, her jokes, and ideas always seem funny and interesting. It's amazing how your perspective can change when you're in love. Story 20. From a scale of 10, I always say 2 points are a girl's personality, hobbies, and style, all that. Girls also think they are uglier than they actually are, so go ahead and add 1 point to whatever you think you are. If you're super average, a 5 out of 10, you're probably closer to a 6. And the other factors I mentioned make you something like an 8 out of 10 for a guy who is in love with you. Story 21. I fell in love with my best friend once I figured out it's not going to get better than this. She understands me, and she is compassionate and has a natural peace about her. I fell in love with her hard. Then I noticed just how thick those thighs were, and not to mention the fact that her breasts are big too. Wow, I was taken. It's absolutely the icing on the cake. Story 22. I had a girl that I was friends with for a while. I thought of her as attractive and had a crush on her, but I was not sure if I was actually attracted to her. After some time, I realized I had feelings for her and told her such. That started a long, miserable spiral of events that destroyed my summer and has left me in a deep, dark depression. Best of luck to you, though someone has to succeed. Story 23. Cannot quite say the same, but my girlfriend, who was my friend for 10 years, thinks I am a stud. She thinks I am handsome, and I never once heard her tell me that in the 10 years we were friends before getting together. The timing was perfect. Story 24. Massively increased. She went from interesting looking to straight up God's gift to man. It's crazy how your perception is so heavily affected by your feelings. Story 25. At first, you are having sex with someone you are attracted to. Then you are having sex with someone you are attracted to and you love. Then you get used to them. It's easy at this point to think you have lost your attraction for them or you no longer love them. But if you suddenly lost them and reconnected after just 2 weeks, you would feel those feelings of attraction and love even more vividly than when you first felt them. Nature has designed us to get to a point where we can view our partner as an equal, and that's just not possible if you are putting them on a pedestal and fawning over them. The trick is you have to be attuned enough to your emotions to know how you feel about someone and grateful enough to make sure they know it. You could do this and still have them leave you in the end, but love is not for cowards. Story 26. It kind of goes in cycles. When you first start liking a girl, you find her attractive. When you start dating at first, your attraction will grow to levels beyond what you thought possible. After a while, it may start to slowly decrease as you begin to see more of her flaws, but that's when the best part comes in. Then you start to love them regardless of their flaws and often come to appreciate what you thought were flaws. That's when you enter the love phase. It will come and go, but when you fall in love with her all over again, it will grow to a deeper, sweeter level. Story 27. I think I'm kind of weird in that way. As soon as I develop feelings for a girl I like, I am no longer that sexually attracted to her. Maybe it's kind of unusual, but as soon as I have a crush on a girl, I can't imagine anything sexual with her. I don't really know why, but it's always been that way for me. It's not that I can't have sex with her after we get together. It's just the imagination part one can't handle anymore. Story 28. When I hardly knew her, I guess she looks okay. When I had a crush, oh my God, hottest girl in the world. When I fell in love, I guess she looks okay, but that's not the most important part. Story 29. Most of my close friends are really attractive girls, so it's more about actually feeling physical attraction after I catch feelings rather than realizing they're attractive, as several other people have mentioned. My friends will cuddle with me, sit on my lap, etc., but I am not physically aroused if it's not my crush. The same goes for guys because I am bisexual, but most of the guys I know are not attractive, so I catch feelings and then think they're attractive. Story 30. I saw this girl who was hanging out with a neighbor who was my friend. I was walking with my dog and I just waved and said hi to my friend. I barely saw that other girl's face. Later, my friend told me I should meet up with her friend and me. After showing me pictures, I rated her a good 6.5 or 7. To be honest, she did look way better in real life than in the pictures, but still. After that, I decided to ask her out for lunch, not a date, and after hanging out with her and texting her, I made out with her. Along the way, she became the most beautiful girl I've ever met, and I don't think I'll ever be this attracted to someone again. Well, hopefully not. Story 31. I've been dating my girlfriend for about 3 years now, and the level of physical attraction has only increased. She was always categorized as the cringeworthy or below-average looking girl, based on what people told me before I asked her out and started dating her. For one, I thought she was cute, but I'm so glad I asked her out. Every day her light shines. She is one of the most humble, loving, caring, and compassionate people I know. She always puts others first, even when her entire world is crashing down. And trust me, she goes through a lot. Like a lot. But also, she had a major glow up, though it could just be me falling more in love. And oh my God, she is so beautiful. So yeah, it's about heart, humor, personality, connection, and the other reasons why you like her beyond physical attraction, because physical looks change, but her true self never will.